just to win it all. Problems when it comes to choosing, we got all them solved. Got the picks that needin' fixed, and you know who to call. Cause this the pick vault.
Welcome back to the Pick Vault. I'm Matt Taylor alongside Danny Siv. This is episode number 3.
And we are back in the studio for EP3.
Obviously, we got breaking news coming into the NFL. Over the past 2 weeks, it's been talked about, it's been floated around, and the news became official last week that Cam Newton is officially a member of the New England Patriots. He signed that veteran minimum deal at $550,000.
With about 1.7 in incentive. So, I mean, put some change in his pocket if he does well, which I think he will do well.
So, what do you think it means for the NFL, for Cam Newton, for the Patriots, for Bill Belichick's legacy, that Cam is now a Patriot?
I mean, I think it's about time, I must say, because Cam Newton obviously was a free agent for, I think, a little too long, especially if you look at the quarterbacks that are in the league right now. There's no reason that he should not have been on a roster. And out of all places, the Patriots, Brady leaves, all the air, the excitement out of Foxborough. You bring Cam Newton in there, and his presence brings something that New England has never seen before, and it'll be interesting to see what Belichick does with it as well.
Well, you got to think about the fact that it brings a different element to the Patriots on the field, off the field. You got different schemes. You know, Brady was a quarterback for 20 years, and Brady, I think, ran for 1,000 yards. That's it. Cam Newton runs for almost 1,000 yards a year.
I was going to say, Cam could do that in the first half of the season.
So, a totally different element to their offense. You still got Julian Edelman. You still got, you got a bunch of weapons on that offense. And I'm just saying, Bill Belichick has never had a quarterback
like this before.
with the body, with the talent.
He might be the best athlete on the field when he is on the field.
No, I agree 100%.
He probably is.
So, what do you think happens now to Bill Belichick's legacy? Because Cam comes in here and he totally, I mean, look at the odds. The betting odds, obviously, we're the Pick Vault. We talk about betting and sports gambling, right? The betting odds shifted tremendously. Cam Newton went from, the Patriots went from 25 to 1. Right?
Yeah.
25 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. They signed Cam Newton and they go right down to 18 to 1 and they have the same odds as the Seahawks, the Packers, and some of the biggest names in the
some
league.
Contenders. I mean, you look at that. Seahawks, I know you said earlier, I think they really have a shot to make a run. I mean, if you're saying that New England's up in that pedigree, we'll see what happens. And those odds could just get even better as Cam does well. If he starts, if he doesn't start, it should be interesting.
So, does Bill Belichick let Cam be Cam? Because as a Panthers fan, right, I'm a Panthers fan, watching Cam's development throughout his career, it's been crazy because he came in, he was mediocre in the beginning. He played, broke records his rookie year, rushing touchdown records and even passing touchdown records his rookie year. Now those records have been broken. But going back to the beginning of his career, finally, they let him be Cam in 2015. They let him run all over the field. The Panthers went 15 and 1 in the regular season, went all the way to the Super Bowl, ended up losing in the Super Bowl to the Broncos. But that was the only year that Cam was allowed to be the Cam Newton, the MVP.
That everyone knows.
Because when they allowed him to run the ball, when they allowed him to dance, when they allowed him to be who he wanted to be on the field, off the field, totally different Cam Newton. Right? Then he signs that big mega deal with the Panthers. He signed the long-term extension. And that is when the business of the NFL affects players because they did not let Cam run the ball as much. They had to protect him because now he was an investment because they invested in him a heavy amount of money. They invested in him a long-term deal. And now they had to protect that investment. So they didn't let him be the Cam Newton. What do you think, because of the fact, and this is the argument I'll make, because of the fact that they're going to only give him that veteran minimum contract, right? He's only getting the investment for the Patriots is minimalistic from a financial perspective.
100%.
Do you think Belichick lets Cam be Cam?
I think you have to. You're taking Cam Newton to not change who Cam Newton is. He made too much of a statement in this league to go out and change him. You got to let him be him. You got to let him wear what he wants. I mean, keep everything appropriate via social media and what he says in post-game conferences. And I think that the Patriots will change that. We talked about it before. That team is disciplined. Cam never really had that discipline. And I think that will actually help his game on the field and off the field. So I think there's big things coming for Cam Newton and the Patriots. I really do.
I mean, I couldn't agree anymore. Again, as a Panthers fan and watching him and the different teams that he's been a part of, Cam plays at his best when he's around veteran leadership, right? In that 2015 season, they had Greg Olsen, tight end, right? Long-term career, big leader on that offense. You got Luke Kuechly on the defense, right? Then you had Steve Smith, Hall of Fame wide receiver. You went down the list of people, leaders in that locker room. He didn't have to be the outspoken leader, and he really wasn't. He did his whole dancing thing, his Cam. He was Cam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And the leadership was left up to Ron Rivera as the coach, left up to Greg Olsen as a long-term veteran, left up to Luke Kuechly on that defense, led up to Thomas Davis on that offense, led up to Steve Smith. Right? Going down the list. Now
he's got to actually play that role.
You got the number one leader in all of sports in Bill Belichick.
Absolutely.
Right? At the helm, you got Edelman on the field. You got people around him, and I think it's going to be big because Cam now doesn't have to be that leader in the locker room, say.
Right.
And
they've established that already.
And that goes back to the next point, which is, what is it like replacing somebody like Tom Brady, right? The GOAT, the greatest of all time, the best to do it. He's been around 20 years. The culture in that locker room eats, sleeps, breathes Tom Brady. We just moved to Boston. We just moved to the area. Still see people walking around in TB12, right? Because
they can't let it go.
He is the city.
They never will let it go. They won't. But you have to accept Cam Newton, though. If you don't accept Cam will not play for you. So
replacing Tom Brady, do you think Cam can do it effectively?
I mean, I don't think that you can compare the two of them in that sense. He's coming into New England, and you have to go in with an open mindset. Belichick is going to do something creative. It's not going to be a Brady offense. There will never be another Brady offense. Even him down in Tampa Bay.
Well, that's where I'm going to cut you off there. Because a lot of people think Tom Brady is a system quarterback. And that's one of the biggest arguments. Is it Brady? Is it Belichick? Is it Tom Brady's greatness? And I lay on the side of Tom Brady's a great quarterback. Bill Belichick's a great coach. They do it together. Because Tom Brady could play in that system. But Stidham, I mean, go look. Belichick was so excited, has been talking, and all the people on ESPN, all the people on Fox, all the people out there have been saying, we don't like Stidham.
Belichick kind of, what I've seen from Belichick, he likes Stidham.
Belichick has been quiet. And people are now lurking in the background saying Belichick had this whole plan, right, to get Cam the whole time. I don't buy it. I don't buy it because he was fine. I think Belichick was fine with Stidham.
Yeah.
Because he has a system that he believes in. Belichick has a system that he believes in, and he could do it with anyone in his mind. Now, what I'll say to you is this: lock. Absolute lock, right? We're the Pick Vault, the sports gambling consultation firm. Absolute lock. Lock it in right this second. Bill Belichick will win Coach of the Year. Put that down. It's a future. Bringing in Cam Newton, taking over the media hype leading up now to the... And people don't want to talk about it, but I will. Bill Belichick is a genius. The same day they signed Cam Newton, they got slammed with a fine for cheating again. Right? People say the Patriots cheat. They were recording stuff in the locker. They were recording the Bengals on the sideline, right? Through Kraft.
They did to the Jets however long ago that was. I don't know why you would ever do it to the Jets either.
Through Kraft Productions, they were recording people on the sidelines, the Bengals. And the same day that news broke, what did he do? He went out and signed Cam Newton and ESPN, Fox,
the switch.
Everything. They couldn't cover. They couldn't cover the Bengals because, holy crap.
Cam Newton just went to the Patriots.
Cam Newton's on the Patriots. And he's replacing Tom Brady. It's a talk.
We saw it coming. We really did.
It's gonna be interesting. So again, we'll keep you updated along, with the breaking news because I'm sure more is to come from this Patriots team. But I'll tell you right now, lock it in. Bill Belichick is gonna be the NFL's Coach of the Year. This is the Pick Vault. We're out.
Peace.
Taking sports gambling to the next level. Till next time, this is the Pick Vault, signing off.
This the Pick Vault, gonna sit you down and listen to this real talk. Ain't no first or second option, this the default. turning picks into these dollars, gonna let them fall.